Well, live look downtown St. Louis. Nice night for baseball over at Busch. That's for sure. That nearly full moon coming up there off in the eastern sky. Hey, listen, we have another game with the Cubs as we go into your Thursday day game, businessman special, as they like to say, 1:15. I think we're in pretty good shape for tomorrow. 85 degrees was our high on Wednesday, below average. Looking at 69 for the low, below average. It's nice to be below average every once in a while, right? As far as precip goes, while we didn't have any on Wednesday, we certainly have had our share of it this year. Year to date, we're 5 inches above average. Temperatures, as a little after 9 o'clock, have dropped back into the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. We're 78 in St. Louis right now. Outlying areas are cooling off faster. It is going to be a cool night for most of us as we see those temperatures dropping back into the 60s across the area. So all of the showers have been out to our west. They're on a downward spiral here out over western portions of Missouri, eastern Kansas, down into Arkansas. Dew point temperatures, well, some of that slightly drier air continues to drift back to the west. So Columbia, Kirksville in the 60s for dew points. So are we around St. Louis, most of us. Scott Air Force Base, Effingham, both are close to 70. Where you have the farm fields and your winds become light, you do tend to see some of that moisture from the cornfields. If you get close to an observation, point where it's sampling that air that's near a cornfield, you will have a little more humidity. So temperatures tonight do drop back into the 60s. Winds are really light. They are out of the northeast at 5. They'll swing more to the east here as we go into the day on Thursday. Warm temperatures, even with the lower humidity and the fairly light breeze, we tend to keep the mosquito forecast high. This time of year is peak mosquito season for sure. So that's what's been happening out to our west, the action diminishing there. Meanwhile, showers and thunderstorms here bubbling up over the Intermountain region out west. There's some energy out here that we have our eyes on because effectively this area of unsettled weather, as it comes around the upper level ridge that's building to our west, that's going to drop down over our region here going into the weekend. So there's your energy that gets rather defined here by Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and it slides into the bi-state region as we head into the weekend. Now, it looks like it keeps moving. It wants to kind of cut off from the main jet stream to the southeast of St. Louis. But as long as it doesn't, as long as we can keep this kind of an open, what we call an open wave, it'll just keep moving. The atmosphere is wavy, right? So we want to keep it moving. We don't want to get it separated where it just sits there, because if it does that, then our chances for clouds and showers linger longer. Okay? All right, let's get into it. Here's your Friday morning. We'll have some scattered showers trying to push into St. Louis around rush hour. Some heavier activity back here coming out of mid-Missouri. Maybe some downpours with some of that as it comes in towards the late morning, lunch hour. Maybe. This is just one model, one simulated look at the radar at that time. We think that'll be pressing east during the afternoon. The main cold front's still back to our north and west. So along that front as it comes in, as we move our way into Friday evening, there will be some scattered showers and thunderstorms developing. That'll be the best chance for thunder, we think. And maybe over parts of mid-Missouri, down here over to the eastern Ozarks, we might see, a couple of those storms be able to kick up some gusty breezes. But we think most of that's going to be west and southwest of St. Louis. You might get a brief downpour, but the trend by the time this is working through our region is that it's weakening somewhat as it comes through late in the evening here on Friday. Now, as we go into Saturday morning, the upper level part of the system is meandering across our region. That means very limited sunshine, if any. We may stay cloudy all day on Saturday. It's entirely possible. And we expect to see scattered showers, especially picking up later in the morning and into the afternoon hours. Scattered, not continuous rain. So the cold front's arriving on Friday. The shower chances will increase. Maybe there's some thunder in there as well. More likely Friday, especially Friday during the evening hours in St. Louis, what we see right now. But this is the important part for your weekend planning. it does not appear to be a continuous rain at all. There's dry time. Will we have to navigate around some of those showers and rumbles of thunder? Sure, but we can do that. Now, we're only around 80 on Saturday. I don't think we're going to get to 80 in a lot of cases. But the system does keep moving, it appears, and so the rain chances are much lower on Sunday. Odds are Sunday will be a dry day for most of us. We just have about a 20% chance of seeing a shower bubbling up Sunday, and that better chance is really across our southern Illinois counties. Monday, Tuesday, still reasonable, but by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, the heat's building back into the bi-state area, and we're looking at temperatures surging again. By next weekend, we could once again be looking at some dangerous heat in the bi-state region. It's a little too soon to proclaim it, but it certainly looks like low to mid-90s. Now, it's August. We're a lot more accustomed to the heat and humidity at this point, especially after what we just went through. So, no weather impact alerts at this point for any of that. But you do need to be prepared for some scattered showers and thunders as we go into Friday night. There'll be a couple of waves that come through. And then during the midday and afternoon hours, especially on Saturday. How does that affect your lake plans? Well, if you're traveling to the area lakes this weekend for Friday, the chance of showers and thunderstorms exist at all locations. Saturday, we start to see it shifting more to the east, so especially Carlisle Lake, Wren Lake. And then by Sunday, it's mostly cleared out and temperatures start to rebound a little bit. But I think most of us are in the 70s here on Saturday. It looks like it's going to be a really comfortable day. So is it a really bright day? Nah, no. But I think after, dew points in the 80s last Sunday, all of us would take a Saturday with temperatures that are going to be that comfortable. So here it is again, your 10-day forecast. You're looking at it, a cooler than average weekend to start the month of August, but the second weekend in August looks like temperatures are back to or above average for us in St. Louis.